race kit. We got the Gymshark half tights, Asics Metaspeeds Tokyo edition, a little New Balance jersey from OK Runner. We got Go Gels for marathon fuel while we're running. We have North Face hat, and then we have what are these again? Yeah, Smith glasses. So that is the race day kit. Oh, and also I'll have this on. It's supposed to be warm and humid, so 2 scoops of electrolytes from BPN. Scoop of G1M in there too. So T minus 12 hours until race. T minus 12 hours, bro. Race weekend. It's Saturday. About to eat dinner. Get some more carbs in. What is my mindset going into this race? I want to take it all in. I want to experience the atmosphere. I want to enjoy the celebration of the people around me. I just want to inspire others to sign up. I want to inspire others to chase their dreams and do difficult things that then create growth in their life. Because I know for too long I've lived in my comfort zone, and it's just not fulfilling. And not that running is going to bring you fulfillment in your life, that's not true, but it can be a main driver of joy, of happiness, in community. It can be a driver of community and meeting lifelong friends. The plan is to get to the course around 5:15. Gun goes off at 6:30. Want to have time to warm up, use the bathroom, not have to sprint to the corral, get to the right spot. I mean, this is my first time doing this, so I'm going to be learning on the fly for sure. What my race strategy is, it's supposed to be like 62 when we start, so it's going to be a little warm. So I want to stay conservative, definitely for the first part. So probably sit around 6:55, 7 for the first 10 or so miles, see how I feel. And then find that rhythm from about 10 to 20, see if I can't hold 6:50, chip away at it. And I know there's going to be a pace group or a pacer for sub-3 hours. So I don't know if I just want to stick onto them and kind of just fall into a rhythm and zone out, or what the play is going to be. Because I mean, again, this is my first time running the course. So, and then that last 6 miles where it becomes the 6.2 miles, the last 10K. The last 10K, that's when I'll start to push, see if I can't leave it all on the course. I'm gonna have a handheld water bottle. I'm gonna put 2 scoops of electrolytes in that, since it's supposed to be warm. And then I'm gonna have 5 Go Gels in that pocket in the water bottle to take every 30 minutes. So that's gonna be my fueling strategy. I'll have a scoop of G1M Plus and a scoop of G1M right before we get to the start line. And then, yeah, I'll have the gels on the run as well as the water bottle on my hand. It's so easy to compare yourself, especially nowadays on social media. And for me, I follow all these endurance athletes, the BPN athletes, marathoners, the Olympians, and I see all of their accomplishments and what they're doing. And this is, I mean, prime marathon season, so I'm seeing all their times. And it's so easy to diminish what it seems like to run sub 3 hour marathon, or even to run a marathon. It's like, well, look at all these people doing all these crazy things. But again, we all know the saying, comparison is the thief of joy. But it's so cliche to say that until you actually feel it. It's like, for me, sub 3 hours doesn't even seem that crazy impressive because the niche that I am in, or like the people that I follow and I see on Instagram and YouTube. But again, everyone's on their own journey, starting at different times. And I was listening to the Modern Wisdom podcast, and he was saying on one of the episodes that when you start a new hobby, career, the people that have been in there and are influential, once you start, you realize how many steps ahead of them, or you realize how many steps ahead they are than a amateur or a beginner in that field. And that's so true, especially seeing myself on camera and seeing myself in the running space. Is like, I am a beginner. I've been doing this for less than a year. I've been doing this for 2 months now, and it's like I want so badly to be the best at it. But again, on that same podcast, he was talking about you have to set aside your ego long enough for your skill set to catch up. And that's been my go-to quote, because I want all of this to be the best that it possibly can, but I know I have to learn as I do it, and it's not going to be perfect now, even though I want it to be. This is to tray after the race, no matter what time you've got. As long as you finish strong and you embrace the moment and make others feel good, serve others within this race, you have accomplished everything that you can, no matter what the time says on the clock. Take it all in. You've trained hundreds of hours for a 3-hour race, hopefully. So just take it all in. And thank you guys for the support. And I find so much joy and fulfillment in carrying this camera around and sharing a little bit of insight on my life. And I hope to film more and document more of my life as I train for another race or something after this marathon. But I want to thank you guys for your support. It's a huge help if you can like the video, subscribe, share it, and we will see you on the other side tomorrow morning. Sub 3 hours, put to the test tomorrow. Thanks for watching this series. Hopefully it ends tomorrow, and if it doesn't, we'll put in more work. We're here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. Thank you guys. Let's go. Go, go, go.
Come on.
Oh yeah!
Let's go, Trey!
Hey, hey, full marathon finish. Well done, bring it
Let's go,
home.
Trey!
Strong
Push,
finish.
man!
26.2
Good job!
2.2 kilometers. Where's the baby?
He was.
How are you doing? You're exhausted. It is one day post OKC Memorial Marathon race. And I just want to recap how it went. what my takeaways are, what I've learned, what I'll take into my next marathon, because there will be more in the future. Falling in love with this sport. I truly believe I've been called to inspire others to take care of their bodies, and this is my avenue of doing it. Is through running, is through health and wellness, fitness, taking care of our temple. Start line, which was really cool. To see the sheer amount of people walking to the start line was incredible. I think as we were in the corrals before the start line, they said there was 30,000 runners that were running yesterday morning, which is just absurd. But got in the corral. I mean, everything was normal. The nerves were high. Race day energy was crazy. And first thing I noticed was there weren't that many people. I thought there'd be more people running like the sub 3 hour pace, but there really wasn't. And I was expecting there to be a 3 hour pace group, and there also wasn't. There wasn't a 1:30 half marathon pace group. So that's who I started next to, was the 1:30 half marathon pace group. So it was like 64 degrees when we started and like 75, 80% humidity. So it was, I mean, I was sweating before I ever even took off. It was warm. And I knew it was going to be. And so I had a Scuba G1M Plus and a Scuba G1M 20 minutes before, like I always do before every run. And then I slammed a gel 10 minutes before the gun went off. And then I had 5 gels in my handheld water bottle, 2 scoops of electrolytes, because I knew it was going to be hot and I knew I was going to be sweating. And so gun goes off. I mean, obviously we take off. And the first, I'd say 7 or 8 miles, just falling into that rhythm. I think I held like a 6:55 for the first 7 miles or something like that. It was feeling good. Didn't feel hard. It felt easy. And I was just sticking with the 1:30 half pace group. And I think it was 8 or 9 miles in where the half marathon splits off. And then the full marathon, you go this way. And so they split off. And so as soon as they split off, I was pretty much by myself. There was like maybe 3 other guys that were close, and it got quiet and it got lonely. And so that's when the race kind of really started, because I had to start pacing myself and locking into that rhythm. I ran the first half marathon perfectly, exactly what I wanted to. I wanted to split right at 1:30, and I think I split 1:29:54 or something like that. So right on what we wanted to split the half marathon at. And I was feeling good. My stomach, it wasn't like it was upset. I just felt full. And I never really felt like that in any of my training runs, where I just felt full. And so I didn't think anything of it. The gels were still going down. I wasn't having a problem. I was getting 1 gel down every 30 minutes. And then around mile 14, no, it was like mile 15 or 16. That's when my stomach kind of did turn a little bit. It wasn't like terrible, but it just wasn't normal. And so I couldn't really get my electrolytes down without kind of gagging and wanting to throw up. And so by the end of the race, I had still had a half water bottle of electrolytes. At every hydration station, I was grabbing water, trying to drink some a little bit. I didn't get much, was just dumping it on me, trying to keep me cool. And I was still on pace till about mile 17. And that's when I think the heat got to me in my stomach. And I started to just feel fatigue, which I was expecting, but not at that extreme. And my stomach was still like, I felt full. So I still got a gel down, I think at mile 18, but it was like, barely got it down. And the splits, the miles kept getting a little bit longer, and I was pushing as hard as I can. And I knew I still had or I had 8 miles to go, and I didn't want to blow up and not be able to finish. And so I just tried to stay present one step at a time. The mixture of the heat and trying to get that much carbs in at once, I had not done in training. And I know, looking back now, obviously hindsight's 2020, I probably should have over consumed in training days so my stomach was used to it. So like none of my long runs were in the heat really, now that I look back at it, and I should have tried to train my stomach a little bit better on those days. But yeah, mile 18 started to slow down, and from mile 18 to the finish, it was just, don't start walking. Like every ounce of my body was screaming at me to stop. And it wasn't like I had any particular, like my body felt strong, like my hips, like I was just afraid of like one thing cramping up. I never cramped, never side stitches, none of that. No like calf cramps or nothing. It was just like full body fatigue from my head to my toes. Like it was a struggle to pick up one foot towards the end. Like mile 22 to 26 was truly just don't walk. And it took every ounce of my body not to walk, but I didn't. And that was the biggest win. And so, across the finish line, from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, it was just pain, fatigue. Like I stopped and I had to have two of the older ladies who were volunteering, like almost pretty much carry me over to the medical tent and get me some electrolytes, let me just put my feet up for a little bit, get some ice, because it was just so incredibly hot. And crossed the finish line at 3:10:16, which was as fast as I possibly could have run yesterday. I had nothing left after crossing that finish line. I mean, I emptied it all. And so I am so proud of my effort. And I know people will say, well, how can you be proud of an effort when you set a goal and you didn't achieve it? And I would respond to that saying, my goal was incredibly lofty. For someone who, this is my first marathon. I've run one half marathon last November, and I've trained 16 weeks for it. And I've trained incredibly disciplined with eating, with sleeping, with recovery, with the miles. I mean, every variable there was, I covered. And for my first marathon, running a 3:10:16 is nothing short of extraordinary for me, because even a year ago, if you told me I was to run a half marathon, I would have thought you were crazy, let alone 26.2 miles at a 7:16 minute per mile pace. It just shows what setting a goal and taking every single step to achieve that goal can get you. The growth that I've experienced just in the last 4 months of training for this marathon, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, has been nothing short of astonishing. Like, I'm so much of a different person from who I was in January to where I am now at the end of April. And I credit running to a lot of it, because it's given me not a purpose, but it's giving me an avenue to live out my Christ-like identity in inspiring others to take care of their temple. And I believe I've been called to do that. And running has given me that avenue, that platform to do so. And I don't go a day without thanking God for giving me the opportunity to push my body to the extremes, because I know some people can't. And that is why I'm so dedicated to this craft of health and wellness and fitness, because we only get one body and we have to take care of it. I was listening to a podcast on the mower today, and the guy on the podcast was saying a healthy man has 1,000 wishes. An unhealthy man has one wish. And so it is incredibly difficult to grow in any aspect of life when you are physically unhealthy, because that's all you are working towards. That's all you can think about. When you have a healthy body, everything else succeeds. And it's just so important that I step out of my comfort that I've lived in for so long, and I'm so tired of living in that comfort, and step into uncomfortable territory so that I can live in my identity, because it is so fulfilling to live in the will that God has for you and for me. So, a recap. The whole weekend, truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Would not trade it for the world. The people I met, the people that showed up and supported, the volunteers, the runners, it was just so, it lit the fire, like the fire that I had at the beginning of the prep, with that goal so far in the distance. I feel the same now, because of just seeing all the dedicated people out there. But enough of me yapping about the race. Again, ran a 3:10:16, as fast as I could have run yesterday. Not disappointed in myself at all. Sub-3 hours will be accomplished soon, for sure. And you'll just have to follow along, subscribe, share the video, like it, to stay with me on this journey to a sub-3 hour marathon. Thank you for the support on just the few videos we've had in this build. Hoping to upload more soon, because there will be another race soon. Not sure where, not sure what distance, but that is one thing I learned from this marathon, is this is something I want to do for life. Again, thank you all so much for the support. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video soon.